Hello everyone, I am Grand Royson, welcome to new video. Today I am going to summarize Black Clover Chapter 311, 312, 313, 314, 315. Chapter 311, ever since Zenon Zogratis had met Yuno Grinberryall, he could not help but sense something similar to himself in him. Zenon wonders why him and Yuno are similar yet have made different choices in life. Yuno says that he cannot answer, because his vow with Asta is not yet done. Zenon then remembers how Alan Firerain saw Zenon as a rival, and when their vow to see who becomes the next commander-in-chief began before fully succumbing to his injuries. The group that fought Magicula watched the tower that Yuno and Zenon fought in collapse. Asta is surprised at how much damage was made to it, while Nacht Faust confirms that Yuno has defeated Zenon using Plummead. Asta grins at the comment for Yuno's victory. With Zenon defeated, Nacht states that all of the Dark Triad are dealt with, and yet why is the Cliffith still continuing the process? We then see Floga and Potroff get overwhelmed by the devils that keep coming back from the damage of the Spirit Guardians. At the Clover Kingdom, Marx Francois comforts Julius Navachrono as he starts to collapse from the feeling that something enormous will emerge soon. Dorothy Unsworth is then seen being beaten by Maurice Liberdert. He comments on how dream magic is invincible, or it would be if not for his devil-boosted magic being able to affect intangible concepts. Dorothy also comments about how Nacht's messenger told her to intervene Maurice, but she had no clue how strong he would actually be. Maurice decides to entertain himself with Dorothy while awaiting the second gate to open. Maurice says that Lotus Humalt does not interest him like Dorothy does, and so if he retracts his betrayal he will spare Lotus. Lotus rejects the notion because he thinks that his family will not be able to live happily in a world full of devils. Maurice comments on the love for Lotus's family, but Maurice no longer needs those feelings of love, as he's only a messenger for the ultimate devil Lucifero. Lucifero, using the mark on Maurice's forehead, then comments on how Maurice is more reasonable than Dante Zogratis was. Lucifero then states that Magicula's plan was seen by it and says that it was a good lab rat and test for its own plan. Once the second gate opens, Lucifero will finally emerge. Maurice says that now that he has modified the Tree of Cliffith itself with his magic, and he no longer needs the Dark Triad to advance it and only needs Yami Sukahiro's and William Vengeance life cores and their magic to keep opening the gates to the underworld. Dorothy is worried about the two captains, while Maurice states he has the best seats in the house and uses his modification magic to operate on devils to be combined as one being. Maurice then says that they can watch the King of Devils come out together depending on whether if they survive or not before then. Lotus wants to flee, but he risks staying because he wants his family to be safe from devils. However, he also cannot die so he can return alive to the ones he loves. Maurice's modified devil then attacks Lotus, causing scratches on him, and he starts to bleed even more with his right arm also amputated. Lotus and Maurice hear a rumbling, and Yami twitches. The raging black bull then comes crashing in while also destroying the modified devil with Mana Rocket Punch. Gauche Adlai, Gray, Gordon Agrippa, Vanessa Enoteca, and Henry Legoland then state that they are here to pick up Captain Yami as they rush towards him. Chapter 312, the Black Bulls bicker over the destruction the raging Black Bull has caused to the Spade Kingdom's castle. Lotus Humalt and Dorothy Unsworth are happy for their assistance. Maurice Liberdert, who heard from Dante Zogratis about the squad's arcane stage mages, gleefully wishes to dissect them and then generates from his fingertips tendrils with clawed hands. Although Vanessa Enoteca and Gauche Adlai recognize that Maurice's magic is similar to the Dark Triads, they do not know who Maurice is. Maurice's tendrils begin disassembling the base in spite of Rouge's protection because his modification magic can affect intangible concepts. As the tendrils get near the Magic Knights, Gray remembers her conversation with Owen, who described her magic as transmutation magic, and then converts a tendril into plants. Maurice is impressed and sends more tendrils after Gray. She panics over not being able to transform herself while blocking the tendril, but Gauche tells her to focus and to look at him. He then creates multiple mirror copies of her, and they manage to convert all of the tendrils into plants. Amused, Maurice then uses Presence of the Demon King to slam the base down since Gray's magic will not affect gravity. Henry Legoland remembers how gravity magic broke apart the base before, and Gordon Agrippa, who spent 6 months training to transform his poison into medicine, steps next to Henry and uses Curseworker's neighbor to modify Henry's curse, allowing Henry to choose whom to drain of magic power. Henry drains Morris's magic power and pours into the base, which turns a darker color and gains a flame-like aura. Henry then has the base punch Morris, who is confused how he could lose after attaining supreme power. The rest of the Black Bulls then rush into the chamber and assemble in front of the base. While Morris vents about his efforts and experiments in gaining power, Asta hits Morris's cheek with the Demon Dweller sword, knocking him back into the wall. Asta dismisses Morris's roles as a devil host and a mage scholar from the Diamond Kingdom and demands the return of their captain, Yami Sukahiro. Chapter 313. After receiving a grimoire, Yami Sukahiro sat in a set of ruins along the shore and mulled over the disparaging remarks others had made about his dark magic. One day, Julius Navachrono, the captain of the Grey Deer, encountered Yami and was fascinated by Yami's magic. Later that year, Yami met Nacht Faust, who was not scared of Yami's demeanor, and Morgan Faust, who joined the Grey Deer alongside Yami. Yami later met various magic knights, including Jack the Ripper, Geldra Poiset, Nozel Silva, Fugolian Vermillion, Mereoleona Vermillion, Owen, Charlotte Roselay, and William Vengeance. One day, Yami was sitting with Morgan. Although Yami liked meeting other magic knights, he felt his magic was underwhelming in comparison, to which Morgan countered that the ferocity of magic depends on the mage. Morgan followed up by suggesting that Yami is a good judge of character and would make a good squad captain, but Yami turned the suggestion back on Morgan. After Morgan's death, Yami visited Nacht at Morgan's gravestone and voiced his plans to make a squad for rougher mages who could not find place in other squads to let loose. He also planned to get strong enough to keep such a squad in line. Remembering how he encountered and recruited the Black Bulls, Yami reflects that perhaps he was the one who finally found a place to belong. When he was captured by Zenon Zogratis, he told his subordinates to live how they choose. Morris Liberdert was fascinated by dark magic and its effects on World Tree magic and connection to the Tree of Qliphoth. The Black Bull's words echo in Yami's mind, and he wakes when he hears them shout his name. Morris is unconscious, and his weg dissolve. Laughing at the situation, Yami questions if they like him that much, to which they shout their love for him. Yami feels the same for them. Meanwhile, Nacht and his devils look down from above. Although he finds them reckless, Nacht respects his squad mates. Below Yami and William, the next gate opens. Chapter 314. The Resistance members watch in awe as Mereoleona Vermillion with her Hellfire Incarnate, which grows in power the longer it is used, overpowers the demon and destroys its head and shoulders. She then joins the Spirit Guardians and Resistance at the castle's front gate where another horde of devils is emerging. Nozel Silva, Langris Vaude, and Patali reach the ritual chamber. While Dorothy Unsworth compliments the Black Bulls, they float over on a cotton platform to where Yami Sukahiro and William Vengeance are imprisoned. However, Lucifero uses the last of Morris Liberdert's magic and life to accelerate the ritual, causing the second gate to open. As the devils pour out of the gate, Lucifero uses his power of controlling lower-ranked devils to merge the devils into one monstrous body. The mass of devils also swallows the coffins holding Yami and William. The mages outside watch in horror as the mass of bodies bursts out of the castle. Lucifero manifests himself in the monster and breaks apart the castle. When his gravity magic presses down everyone in the surrounding area, Albert and Floga recognize that it is Lucifero. The Black Bulls then combine their skills. Henry Legoland begins manipulating parts of the castle, Vanessa Enoteca uses Rouge to protect the squad and base, Charmy Papitson serves food from Sheep Cook, Master Chef, Gauche Adley uses the magic stored in his left eye to multiply Gray who transmutes pieces of the castle into the magic house for Henry, and Gordon Agrippa continues helping with Henry's curse. Henry absorbs more magic power and uses it and the transmuted castle pieces to transform the base into the ultra-giant bull. The base then punches Lucifero while the squad yells for the devil to leave. Chapter 315, the ultra-giant bull punches Lucifero's monstrous form, and the black bulls cheer from their seats in the base's cockpit, while Charmy Papetson's sheep cooks pass out Master Chef's food. Luck Valtia senses the location of the coffins hold Yami Sukahiro and William Vengeance. The base's hands change and plunge into the monster's body. Nearby, Nacht Faust in Unite mode, Equus notices that Lucifero's form has fused with the Tree of Cliffeth, so if they can remove the two captains, then they can stop the devil. Lucifero increases the gravity, which begins crumbling the base. Henry Legoland continues draining magic power from Lucifero, but the devil's power keeps increasing. Vanessa Enoteca struggles to keep up with protecting the cockpit, even with Charmy's magic power restoring food. Nacht reasons that they must quickly stop Lucifero. At the castle's front gate, the resistance members are frustrated about not being able to participate. One of the monster's tentacles looms overhead, but before it can crush them, Mereoleona Vermillion and Fugolian Vermillion combine their fire magic to incinerate the tentacle. Albert is amazed that they can move around in the gravity and also notes that the gravity is increasing. The ultra-giant bull delivers a mana corkscrew to Lucifero's face and follows it up with numerous magical beams fired from cannons all over the base. The beams tear holes through Lucifero. The base makes another grab for the captains, but Lucifero regenerates and increases gravity again, destroying more of the base. As the Spade Kingdom citizens are crushed under the gravity, they watch in horror and plead for someone to save them. The Black Bulls remain resolute since Asta has flown to a mountain overlooking the battle. There, he draws the Demon Slasher katana and prepares. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. For more, thanks you all, meet you in another video.